Okay, the other thing I think you got to do in the wing T is you've got to do some motions and shifts so they can't just key on. Don't be real predictable. So we have what's called L stop motion. So now what happens is, or L or R stop. This is on set. So he goes in full speed, ready, and then he stops, set. And now obviously what can I run? I can continue up and run 33 belly. I can stop and continue on option, but that would defeat the purpose because this motion already got them to invert or slant to this motion. So really what I want to do is get into a stop and then come back this way because they've called some kind of slant, or maybe the safety's already sprinted up and now it's too late for them to reverse, and there I go. Okay? It's another way to also stop them from thinking, hey, Stewart always snaps the ball when the guy gets right here. Okay? The other one is our R twirl. Same thing, ready, and he doesn't stop. He just spins, Canadian football turn, and spins and goes. And I can run belly pass, he can block, and I can run belly 47G. So he just kind of goes in motion, ready, set, and then we go and set it going. So this is to stop teams from slanting or inverting their safeties against our motion. So here's an example of an L twirl play. So L twirl, belly, 47G. Okay? So again, with this motion, they might have done this. And now it's on. Okay? They might have slanted to motion. In fact, they might have even started bringing this guy up to blitz. And then it's gone. So it's not so much that we're going to make them pay on that play. It's getting them to understand that they can't invert safeties and slant or blitz when we go motion because we'll do other things. The other thing we do is because we sprint out of the huddle, we need to be able to shift real fast. So we'll get up and our X will line up as a tight end. So they're going to go Ringo, Ringo, Ringo. Set their 3 tech here, their 1 tech here. And everybody's going to move. And now when we snap the ball, so they went nose guard, tackle, a 9, and a 5. Now we've moved, and when we snap the ball, there's our tight end. This is our X. And now they've got 2 guys that are out of position because they called the wrong call. And maybe they had a blitz coming on. Well, their blitzes are based on their Lucky and Ringo call. So they called Ringo and some blitz that went with Ringo. And now we got our tight end over here and we're running to their weak side away from whatever they called. Okay? The one I run a lot, especially against flopping defenses, I'll run flop. So we sprint to the line, they line up. As soon as we get up there, our tight end sprints, not jogs. Our tight end sprints to their side. As soon as he gets set, we snap the ball. And I'm amazed how many teams try to flop again. And I've got this Chinese fire drill, and the defense is lined up like in a single file line as they're trying to flop back, and we're snapping the ball. I don't do this stuff too much. It used to be more when I was under center, but just shifting. So this would be shift to empty, shift to spread type of stuff. Explode. The kids like explode. Explode. I tell them they can line up anywhere they want, and then when the quarterback says ready, then they've got to sprint to whatever the call was in the huddle. Sometimes the kids just all get in a huddle like they're at lunch, and then they sprint out and go like that. Okay. This one I don't do very much either. This was more when I was under center. All these were a lot more effective when I was under center. I'm kind of narrowed down where I run these most of the time. So there's an example of shifting to up, and now all of a sudden I've got a receiver where before I didn't. How about shifting? We're going to my flop. Okay. There's my move real fast, and there they go. And then we snap the ball and we run down 36-0 against a 1 and a 5 tech. Here's explode. Okay. So these are just some things you need to do. Okay, coaches, here I am at a camp in Ohio going through the motion. So this is our basic Liz motion. We snap the ball on the first sound, inside leg of the guard. And these would be plays like 28-0, 28 reach, 34 belly, 36 down. We snap the ball right there. The ball hits the quarterback's hands. The L motion, as you can see, still first sound, still first leg of the guard. Nothing really changes. And really for the defense, this is very subtle. So there's Liz motion. And there's L motion. Okay? The same exact path would be our laser rocket motion. and the wing basically continues through, ball still snapped on the first down, but the quarterback needs to delay a little bit longer, or really to not mess the timing up, tell your wing to leave a little early. That way the rhythm of the quarterback doesn't change, and we snap the ball there on first down. We tell him after he leaves the quarterback side. And then, of course, the goal is that it's the wing T version of the quick pitch, and we're going to snap the ball, hopefully at the hash mark outside of the tackle box. Now, when we want to get the teams to jump off sides, or so they can't snap our count, because they'll tell their D-line, hey, snap it right there. They're going to snap the ball, and the D-line are going to tee off on you if you always snap the ball right here. So we go ready, we don't snap it, and we go on the second sound. For my cadence, it's ready, set. So now we go on set, okay? So this would be anything with a color, any reds, blues, purples, anything with a color. Everybody knows that we're going to snap it on set here. Boom, see how the ball went in front? There's L motion, and we run a 34 belly. Here's laser motion, boom, with the quick pitch. Let's go through our L stop motion. So we go here, snap it right here, ready. He gets set, and then we snap it on set. Again, the intention is to make sure they don't time our motion, because we normally snap it there on first down. From there, he would just go up through the 3-0 and run our belly, or he can go to a kick out. Our L twirl motion would be here. Quarterback says ready, and then we twirl, and as he's twirling, quarterback gives the next cadence, which is set, and now he can continue on. This is to stop the secondary from inverting and stop the D-line from slanting, and now we should do an L stop. They kind of have a trouble here. The ball hits the quarterback's knees, and then on this L stop, the tailback starts leaning forward. The rhythm cadence is really important. On the L twirl, we're going to ride the 33 belly through and come up here on the option. Here's another team in Ohio, a little bit north of Cleveland. L twirl, fade, belly pass. This is East Sac County High School in Iowa. There's your L stop. We want them to think we're running the ball that way, so that D-line and secondary rotate over here. This would be better with the L twirl and having the guy come out like this to lead block. Their X lined up in the tight end spot so that the defense would get a Ringo call. The tight end is out here, and now if they wouldn't have jumped, the defense would be stuck in a Ringo call, and they'd be facing like a 1-tech and a 3-tech. Okay, we like to flop against even front defenses, so they can't set their 1 and 3-tech. There goes the tight end. Now, he needs to get set a little bit longer. We got to slow him down and get him set. Let the defense get set. Here's your 1-tech. Here's your 3-tech. So now when you flop the tight end, either the defense will try to flop, and believe it or not, coaches, I've had teams try to do that, and you really just got to coach your offensive linemen to stay on their tracks, or you'll flop, and they don't move, and now your 1-tech stayed here, your 3-tech stayed here, or the other thing that can happen is a kid who's used to playing 3-tech just slides down and now is having to play against a nose guard. He's not used to it. And a 1-tech has to slide out and play a 3-tech. So you kind of get them out of their comfort zone as far as you want to do. Here we're just going to run the buck sweep. And then there's our kick out, and there we go. This is shift. So this is the X receiver. You can tell by the way he's built. He's not a tight end. And our tight end went out and flexed to the right, and you're going to see him coming into the screen here in a minute. There he goes. See him? We have a tight end show up. And now the defense can't flop fast enough. And there we go. We got angles. We got confusion. We got defenses out of their comfort zone.